Hey guys, Egosk here. Welcome back to Companion Saber Comparison Series number 2. And for this time, I've got, like I said last time, my Consular and Guardian from UltraSabers. And just like last time, I have two of the exact same blades here. The only difference is that this is the newer Ultra Edge blade. This is the older one with a more shallow tip socket. I have never. Well, okay. One time I lost a blade, a tip on this particular blade, but not on this one. And I did lose one on a heavy grade, but that was a freak incident. I have no idea why. But yeah, same blades, same scenario. They both look really great. The trans white helps these blades pop, and I really like the way the way the color is brought out in here, and it even makes it look a little bit lighter. Yeah, I really like both of these hilts, especially my Qui-Gon that I've modified. I mean, I think both of these sabers are just really nice. And let me go over my Consular really quick. So aside from like the shroud here, which I got this done from Kaz of Dark Side Engineering. He makes awesome plugs, just like the Shredder one that's in my Padawan. Alright, so a quick little story about this. It originally comes blank, and I was a little dissatisfied with that, so I took it upon myself to ask around who could cut out pieces of cut out the shroud for me, and I got a response by somebody, I believe of IRA, or I got a referral to Kaz from somebody. So I contacted him. He said, "All right, send it out. Find a template of the original design, and we'll see what we could do." We couldn't get it exactly accurate. I mean, this is the proper pattern, but it is reversed. This should be up here, followed by one, and then followed by one of these little short ones, and then the cover tech wheel, and then the final two down here. We had to reverse that because of the location of the cover tech wheel. I mean, it's still proportional, it's still the same pattern, it's just backwards, which I think that makes this saber look really unique, and gives it that special touch that I believe is just really awesome. And I do have further plans with this. I do want to get this hole either bored out a little more, or make it so that this sits flush down with this, so that it doesn't stick up as much, because I've bumped this on a few things, and I've had fear of it breaking or something or other. I just wish this was a little more flush, but it is perfectly functional. Alright, and those are the only mods I've done with it. Oh, and I swapped the screw color here, which it's now accurate. So there's just these little details on this hilt that I really like that is accurate. So before I was running Dark Forces on this, which had nearly identical sounds to this, but the blade lockup was like a little crackly and scratchy. It was like anyways, but what I've done is put back Obi Qui on there, and I've done it for the Qui-Gon sound, so I've got cutting through the iron door, and the standard lockup, as well as this. It's the bit part of the song where everybody's, staring at each other facing off. Alright. One thing that I wish I could have done is that this crown here, it does not step down unlike the Guardian, which I will show you in just a moment. Rather, it has the regular area and then another raised up area here. Like, it's kind of like Luke, but I mean, it kind of sticks out a little more if you're viewing it from a side angle like this. I mean, a little more so than I would like, but I can't complain. Another small gripe I have is that I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I think from right here is the best way you could see this. But there's a slight gap between the blade and the emitter. It's really noticeable if you really look down there. but there's a lot of wiggle room when you put a blade down in there. I won't lie. It's a little annoying. I guess the only solution would be to take the emitter itself and put some tape in there or something or other to even that out. Maybe some Velcro would probably be a better idea. Alright, so let's go see this. Yeah, it's always fun. Alright, let's move along to the Guardian. Now this is sporting my first blade that I got with my Prophecy, and this has had a lot of use. And it still looks really nice, and it's still going strong. I mean, I've only had to replace this tip once, and that was literally it. Alright, so one thing I gotta get out of the way, guys. So, yes, this is an Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is the Phantom Menace's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Or it could also be, you know, it could also be the Attack of the Clones one. Either way, this is an Obi-Wan Kenobi, but by all means it is not completely accurate. It is not completely proportional. I believe when I measured it, it is about 13 inches long, maybe a little more. And it's a little fatter. Well, it's not too fat. I mean, I could still hold this with a decent amount of grip. I could touch fingers together on some areas. I mean, this is pretty much my most even grip here, with the switch resting right in between it. So yeah. That said, the length issue is probably the only gripe I got. Other than that, the details are pretty much all here, including the pommel, which is a 3-piece. It comes with this little cap here with these little crowns to hide the cubes in there. And there's the cube on a ring, and it has these little parts milled out of it. And then this collar here, which is a male to female. It's like a female to male thread, which then this goes into here. And it's got some pretty good venting. Yeah, I got that on both sabers, you know. Kind of got it, it's an Obi-Wan. That's just the standard lockup, it's not the cutting the door, because I don't think Obi-Wan did that in his. So, it's basically the same sound set, it's just... See, there's something else there. It's the same sounds, it's just set up for an Obi-Wan. And I guess, aside from the length of this, I mean, it's not completely unwieldy. Aside from the length, the only other gripe I have with this is that it's a little on the sensitive side. Like, I think this was demonstrated in both of my videos I have unboxing it and then reviewing it. And this is like technically the third review I've ever done of it. So, yeah, see, when it's held just like this, it's weird, but button up, it always, you know, it always moves. It always has emotions. It's weird. I can't explain it. It's just sensitive this way. I don't know. But it only occurs when the button faces up, and it constantly plays the swing sounds. I don't know. I have no idea what's causing that, or nor how to fix it. And oh, gotta say one really quick thing here. And I gotta rotate it so it stops doing that. These are little accent windows here. I really like that touch. Although I kind of wish this greebly down here was also an accent. But you know, it's there. It's got a purpose, just to look cool and be on there. So I was told by somebody that that was looking at this hilt. They're like, "Oh, it's too huge. It's, you know, it's really big. It's too much of a beast, and it's, you know, you can't really, you know, you can't wield it." Well, you know, guess what? Watch this. So this is the move that I have learned how to do and have probably perfected over the last few months that I learned how to do it. This is the Obi-Wan, and it's probably one of the most hardest moves to do if you don't know how to do it and you don't know the motions. And this is apparently the most unwieldy saber in UltraSabers' lineup. So let's test this theory. Well, I just hit my cloak. So, if this is so unwieldy, why was I able to do that? I mean, keep in mind, I'm wearing my cloak and a trench coat underneath it, and both of which have lots of flowy bits for the saber to snag or hit on, and only hit it once. I could do this easily, and this is supposedly the most clumsy, awkward handling hilt. You know what? Screw that. I just did it. All right, so. Well, as I did with my other one, I want to do a size comparison really quick. So, see if I can get this fully in frame, matched up with each other. The Guardian is just slightly longer than the Consular, but pommel to pommel and emitter to emitter, they are, well, actually no. Putting it at the threading point, the Guardian is still slightly longer, but you know, that's not a bad thing. I mean, I could manage. I could deal with the length. I mean, it's not that much of a difference, and the grip spaces are about the same. I mean, see, I can still touch my thumb and forefingers together in the grip. That's probably the ideal grip for any lightsaber. When you can still do that, I mean, that's still a pretty decent, comfortable grip. And oh, one thing to notice that this is using. Hang on. My Guardian is using the hum from Luke ESB V2. It sounds very similar. I just turned the volume down just a little bit to match the sounds, and this is using the original Obi-Kwai hum. You know, being a saber from, you know, the Mentor, I wanted it to sound a little more tired, because, you know, this is like a saber that Qui-Gon has held and wielded for quite a long time, and this is a freshly built one, like probably a couple years before the events of Phantom Menace. So therefore, I thought it would be cool to make it sound a little more powerful. So there's the issue with that again. So yeah, this has been Companion Saber Comparison, Episode 2. And stay tuned for Episode 3, and that one will be a complete surprise. I will not tell you what I'm comparing there. I may do multiples. I may do just a pair. I may do more than that. I may throw my new one in there for you know, funs and giggles. But yeah, that I assure you, the conclusion of the Saber Companion series will the companion comparison series. It's a bit of a mouthful. Will conclude on a very good note. But I will say this again. You know, I really love this hilt. I mean, I think this is probably the most affordable option for anybody who wants an Obi-Wan. And I love this hilt. I will always wear it, even though, you know, it's kind of clunky. Just a little bit. I mean, it's not that much of a club that people keep saying it is. I mean, hell, once you get used to it, you can I'm pretty sure you can get it to spin really well. In fact, here. Yeah, that's not even full speed, but still. Anyways, have a good night, guys. May the Force be with you, and I'll come back at you with episode 3.